Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Indigo Plateau live show and podcast. I'm GhostTypeGhost, and I'm here with Woodland Docs as always. Hi, Docs. How you doing today? What are you're just dancing. What's happening?
I was listening. Did you say something?
What were you listening to?
Spotify.
Sir, we have a show that we're trying to do.
Oh, my bad. Hey.
Hi, how are you? How are you doing today?
Hey, yeah, good. I was just listening to some jams. How about you?
I'm not too bad. Guess what? I have some fun news.
I'm gonna say that you found your binder of cards from when you were 10, and you're now rich and are treating me to anything I ask you for.
No, actually, I never lost my cards. Thank you, first of all. Although I do have a fun story about a coworker who gave me a bunch of Japanese cards.
Yes, I know this.
That maybe add up to a couple $1,000s, depending on their quality. But no, I had a podcast launch today. Docs, I didn't even tell you about it, I don't think.
Are you cheating on me?
Yeah. I am. I'm cheating on you with my first podcast host, so I'm going back.
Wow. Old habits die hard. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. But for anyone who's interested, it is a horror-ish movie podcast, which is why I didn't even tell you, Docs. A, it's a movie, and B, it's scary.
It has plot and conflict. I'm out.
Right. So I didn't even bother telling you. But it did launch today with my co-host. Her name's Stephanie. Like, you know who Stephanie is. But her name's Stephanie. She's actually our special guest wife today. So
is it Stephanie type Stephanie?
Yeah. That's actually her name.
Yep. I had a feeling.
But
you guys get along great.
We do. But we rank 13 movies on a scariness scale of 1 to 13 each season, and this first season is all about ghosts.
Did you pick today because it's the 13th?
I mean, maybe.
that just clicked in my head. I'm like, did you pick today because it's the 13th?
Yeah, it worked out perfectly, all different kinds of ways. So
if only it were Friday the 13th instead of Thursday the 13th, then you'd be set.
It's okay, because then we could just upload on Thursdays, and I don't know, uploading Fridays feels weird, so it works out. Doc.
Well, at least there's nothing spooky happening in my room.
I was literally about to say, I see something behind your head.
The Funkos?
No.
The back of the couch.
I mean, I see the Funkos, and I do see the back of the couch, but there is something additional behind you.
I'm not seeing it.
Bro, it's right there. Just turn around and take it. Just turn around and take it. Like always. Oh my god.
I gotta go. There's someone here.
Docs. Just tell everyone.
It's a plushie.
Oh my god. Crazy. I didn't see it coming.
It's a big old Gengar plush.
That's awesome. How big is it?
Well, I get that question a lot, I will say. And it is 24 inches.
Oh, it looks bigger, actually.
It's a grower. But yeah, Gengar.
Oh my god. It's cute. I like it. I'm wearing my Gengar hoodie, too.
Yeah, well, it's almost like there's a spooky theme to today's episode or something. I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of spooky theme, let's just get into it. So we have a very special guest today, Charlie from Believing the Bizarre podcast. It's super popular. They cover paranormal, extraterrestrial, all kinds of stories and myths and legends, and they tell you if it's believable. So I would like to introduce to you Charlie. Hello, Charlie.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. Say hello.
All right, cool. Hi, hello, everyone. I'm Charlie from Believing the Bizarre. So I'm here today because I'm going to talk about because I'm a big fan of Pokemon too. I did lose a binder of Pokemon cards from when I was a kid. My mom threw that stuff away. So
the most terrifying Pokemon experience there is. Yeah.
I've been through that. So
that's so upsetting.
But I'm a big fan of Pokemon as well. And horror, and horror, and not horror, but like I like scary things. I like scary stories more than movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's so funny that you have like a scary podcast and you just like I can tell stories about going to horror movies with you and holding on to me.
Yeah, I'm a grabber.
Take one guess at the only spooky / scary movie I've ever seen in movie theaters.
Okay.
Lord only knows.
It was terrible. There were what do they call those? Catacombs. Those are the clues you're gonna get.
As below, so below. As below, so below.
You saw that?
Yeah, it was
That's scary.
years ago, and I was out with some friends. We were eating wings, and as you guys know, since we're from the same area, the place with the wings is right next to the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Hey, let's go see a movie." And I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "Okay, 5 tickets for blah blah." I'm like,
they played you so hard. Oh,
they did.
God.
They got you meat drunk.
Yeah, I mean, you give me chicken wings, I'm pretty much yours. So,
do I know who did this to you?
Oh yeah, you know.
I don't know. That's fine. I don't need to know specifically.
No, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Spill the tea. The sinister.
The ones you know are Katie and Tony.
Okay.
You didn't actually have to say their names. I was just kidding.
It's not like you gave addresses or anything.
Fair enough.
I wasn't gonna say. Oh, we did an episode on that, on the Catacombs of Paris,
Mm-hmm.
and I found a really cool story. Spoilers, it's fake, but it was a really good story.
What's the story?
It was about some girl who got a job working there, and like some creature attacked her. It was a good story. It was well written, but it was not real.
Is that the one I read some lines for?
Yes, it is actually.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
I forgot you did. Yeah, I had you do lines for that one.
Did she admit it was fake?
No, but it was like...
Yeah, like 100%. But I didn't know if she was like...
No, she was like, this is a fake story. No.
Her acting was worse than mine a couple seconds ago with the Gengar. So.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
I'm not here to act. I'm here to look good. Right.
We're going to talk about some things today that are paranormal in nature. I have 3 categories. Pokemon based off Japanese myths.
Ooh.
I have Pokemon based off aliens, and I have one specific Pokemon based off a thing that happens in many cultures.
Okay.
Quinceañeras?
What?
What did you say, Dax?
Quinceañeras?
Quinceañeras. It's a cultural event. Isn't that
Hold
what
up,
you said?
back up. What Pokemon is related to quinceañeras?
Ludicolo.
Oh.
My boy's wearing a sombrero. He's got his maracas. He's ready.
Actually, never mind. I will get to it.
Oh.
That's really weird you bring him up, actually.
Well, yeah, you can go in any order you want.
I love Ludicolo.
I'm going to do the short one first because it's just one. It's actually one of my favorite Pokemon. And that is, this section is called the Doomsayer.
The Doomsayer?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or the Harbinger.
I know.
So the Pokemon is Absol.
Yep. I was just gonna say I'm gonna write it down and show you, but I got okay.
Yeah, you already knew what it was. I love Absol. Being real honest, I only really know until about Generation 5 on this Pokemon podcast. I know.
You're like missing almost half at this point.
It's so wild.
In about a month, you're missing over half.
I'm gonna buy the new one.
Are you?
Yeah, I told him I'm gonna get Violet. I think
I pre-ordered it.
I heard that. I'm not gonna. Anyway, but I don't know a lot of them. I know about Gen 5, maybe Gen 6. I don't know Gen 6. Maybe I don't.
Yeah, you do. X and Y.
Oh, okay. I know that one.
Yeah.
X and Y just came out 9 years ago, by the way. Its 9-year anniversary was just like the other day.
Wow, we're just over here dropping bombs.
We were in college when we bought those.
Yep.
Jeez.
I got the special edition 3DS and all that.
Oh my god.
Wow. So Absol is the Doomsayer Pokemon, or what? It's fine. He's a Harbinger. So when people see Absol, right, they know that something bad is going to happen. And this really reminded me of several phenomenon. One is the German doppelganger. You guys know what that is?
I mean, I know what a doppelganger is, but I don't know it as an entity.
It's an entity. The doppelganger is when a person sees either themselves or someone they know, but there's no way it could be them. They see their literal double.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had one story on the podcast about a daughter and mother that had just come home, right? And the daughter went straight to the backyard. The mother went upstairs. But when the daughter got to the backyard, she looked, and the mother was in the backyard feeding the chickens. And she walked up towards her, and she started hearing some noises.
Okay.
Some menacing laughing, I believe it was. And then the mother ducked out of sight. And the daughter was really freaked out by that, so she ran into the house, and the mother was in the kitchen.
No.
Yeah.
That was not her mother.
No, it was not. It was something else. That was an example of a doppelganger.
I've had that happen at an Eaton Park, by the way.
What?
Huh?
The chef looked exactly like me. We were wearing the same backwards hat. We had the same hair. We had the same build and everything. And he came out of the kitchen, and the person I was with was like, "Why are there two of you?" He was like an actual like physical exact match.
Okay.
It was really weird.
That's interesting. I don't know how the lore works if it's another physical person. But if it's not
a physical person,
it's only like a spirit. Like they vanish and stuff. Like a doppelganger usually vanishes.
This dude gave me extra fries, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't a doppelganger.
Well, what if he vanished as soon as he gave you your fries? Like,
here's your fries.
Yeah. What if?
Well, seeing a doppelganger usually means that something bad's going to happen. Ergo, harbinger.
Oh,
They
probably
leave the
death.
tomato on my burger. So you're right. It was definitely a doppelganger. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Another harbinger is the West Virginia. It technically is West Virginia. I think it's Ohio as well. But the Mothman.
I didn't know he was a harbinger.
Yeah, he was the harbinger of the disaster that happened in Point Pleasant.
The bridge,
which is the Silver Bridge, connecting Ohio to Pennsylvania, connecting Ohio to West Virginia, collapsed. And he had been seen for weeks before the disaster happened, but he was finally seen on top of the bridge only a couple minutes before it collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
So he was said to be a doom spreader or a harbinger of this disaster, and people died on that bridge. It's not just. It's a scary thing because it's an omen, right? It's an omen of potential death.
So they don't necessarily bring the death; they just are there when it happens.
That's the biggest question with harbingers, because you don't know if they're there to bring it or they're because of it. Like, it's a sense. Like we just did the Celtic Banshee episode, and there's the idea that this Banshee cries. Now, does its cry kill you or kill someone you know, or is it just a warning? That's the biggest question with harbingers. I think that they don't necessarily bring it. They don't have ill intentions. But they do want to warn. That's my own view, my own opinion.
They're doing a really bad job at warning people if the disaster just happens.
Their bus was late. Okay, give them a break.
I think they're too vague. I think that's the issue.
They're like, guys, wait, don't. Oh. Well, if they weren't like,
the bridge fell.
Yeah, like the Mothman's freaky looking, right?
Yeah, the Mothman is, if you don't know, it's a humanoid, completely black, with red giant eyes that are a compound like a fly's. And they have wings and antenna.
Yeah.
And they fly.
Yeah, so why can't these things be cute? Because I'd be more inclined to go away from any impending disaster if it was an adorable creature, not a giant moth.
Yeah, if I wanted to go up and pet it, it would have my attention. If it's going to be creepy, I'm not going to look at it.
Well, wouldn't you go toward it if it was cute, though? Isn't that the point? Maybe they're trying to scare you away from what's happening.
Unless they're in the distance and they're like, come here. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you look like a golden retriever, I'm going to come towards you. If you look like a moth, I'm going to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Golden retriever.
As you should. You should go away.
You're right. It could go either way, right? Away or towards.
There are only two physical ways to move.
There's up and down too, but
I'm just going to go up. I'm just going to Gengar went back.
Yeah.
There's this.
There's another harbinger, which some people are very scared of. This is called, it's a really popular one, and it's called the Hat Man. And have you heard of this before?
I've seen a meme that
lost your hat. Okay.
I've seen a meme that was like something about taking medicine and seeing the Hat Man at night. I was like,
That was really funny.
yeah.
But the Hat Man essentially happens to a lot of people when they're sleeping. So there is an idea that there is like sleep paralysis behind it, where your brain is like shutting off, but not all the way.
Oh, okay.
But the one theory about why people see the Hat Man is because he is a harbinger, foreboding some kind of death.
Interesting. But so he's not bad or anything. He's just
Well, I don't know
Just
about. I
bringing
wouldn't
death.
say that.
oh, okay. Well, I mean, like he hasn't like done anything.
He's not like a fun dude. I don't.
He just sent me a Teams invite for tomorrow at 9:30, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, exactly.
When you say Hat Man, I think of if you've ever seen Conjuring 2.
No, I want to.
Oh my God.
Because the Conjuring 2 is based on the Enfield Poltergeist, which is one of my favorite cases.
Yeah, so there's this scene where this dog transforms into this really tall skeletal man with a hat on.
What?
A bowler hat.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember Tyler told me about that before.
Yeah.
He told me about the movie. But the Hat Man is also a harbinger. I have a dog walking around, doomsayer.
You're fine.
Dogs can walk all over this podcast. It's fine.
He's around somewhere. I just saw him walk past me in the screen.
Was that Paolo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Steph's taking them for walks.
Oh, okay.
Walkies. Well, I mean, talking about Absol, dog, it works.
Is that a old dog?
It's
dog.
I never
dog.
thought of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like his mega. Tell me a little bit about his mega form.
Oh my god, his mega is just so cool looking. I
Tell me
love
about
it.
the stats.
That's all.
So one of the best things about Mega Absol is you already have the access to Night Slash, which is a high critical ratio move, base 70, but you get to his Mega form and you throw out a Night Slash, almost nothing's living that. I mean, unless you resist straight up, you're done.
Oh, this was that powerful. Almost as if he's a warning to all those that would walk the night.
Yeah, he'll just kill him, I guess. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm here to screw up your day. Okay, Night Slash, you're done. Boom.
So that answers the question then. He does bring the disaster. There we go.
Yes, he does bring. Well, he does specifically. So the next category I want to talk about. I hope I'm not moving too fast for you guys.
Oh no, you're fine.
I'm sitting still. I'm good.
We're vibing. It's fine.
I don't want to go like too long or too short. I don't know what the perfect sweet spot is.
Neither do we. So
Been doing this for 6 months and we're still not there.
Like we have a sweet spot on the Believe in the Bizarre, and that's like hour and 2 is like the perfect length. Yeah.
wow, you guys cut that down pretty.
I do cut it heavily sometimes. Sometimes they don't reach an hour and 2, but
Yeah, I remember your first episodes were like 20, like
25 minutes. We talked about that a couple of times. Yeah, we extended probably within 14, 15 episodes. They started getting longer and longer.
Mhm. Was
And
that
now-
on purpose or did it just happen naturally?
It just happens naturally, I think. Just over time, just like DJ's grower, it happens over time.
He's on the floor. He's back.
Oh my god. What's your next category, Charlie?
My next category is aliens.
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 Your
One of my favorite categories. Yes, I love. Actually, I just got a tattoo.
Oh yeah, show your tattoo. Look it, you got Believing in the Bizarre tattoo.
I did. I'm dedicated. It's an upside down, but
I've got my tips tattoo. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
At my lower back. I will show you off stream.
oh, it tips. The Indigo Plateau Show. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Hey.
I got the tattoo because we got 200 patrons, which I can't believe.
Killed
That's
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aren't you over a million? Like, you have a million and some downloads, don't you?
we have a 1.6 million right now.
There you go. That's all you need to know, folks.
It's grower.
No, it just means you're an expert in this field. You are technically a professional.
Wow. Yeah. That's what I mean. Not forever ago, Ty had that conversation. He's like, "What makes an expert?" I was like, "I don't know."
Making money. So
I guess
it could be like a cent, and you're technically a professional.
Hell yeah.
As long
Oh,
as
I'm a professional streamer. Let's go, baby.
I mean, technically, but hey,
TwitchCon, where you at? Let's go.
God, it happened.
So the first Pokemon slash alien I want to talk about is my favorite. Not necessarily a ghost or an alien type Pokemon, but I think they are, which is Sableye. Which Alex, I know you love Sableye.
I love
Sableye. Do you like Sableye? He's a ghost. Are you scared of him?
Me or Doc?
No, DJ.
I'm not scared of him. I think he leaves a lot to be desired in terms of design.
Well, that's mostly what we're going to talk about, the design. So,
You don't like his design?
No, I think it's too basic.
Too basic. I can't.
Where's my pumpkin spice latte? I hate pumpkin. Okay.
I do too. I actually do too. Oh my God, DJ. Wow.
Finally, someone else.
That's crazy. Anyway, so the Sableye is based off the Kentucky Hopkinsville Goblins. What's rumored that they are. Any familiarity toward them or no? A little bit, Alex?
Closest I get is Elfo from Disenchantment.
No, not even. Whoa, not even. All right, so I'm going to boil down the story really quickly. Essentially, there were two families that lived in Kentucky, Hopkinsville, in like the real borders, right? And they got together for one night, and it was like this big barbecue bonfire thing. One family slept over the other house. Really, really rural, really, really country, if you know what I'm trying to say. Lots of guns, lots of fireworks, lots of
booms.
Yeah, and it was not a sober house, so they were drinking.
I, for one, need a minute.
That was the shocking part.
I cannot remember the family's names off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I should have looked them up. But they oh,
what?
Dogs, sorry.
I can't hear him, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. They went to sleep at night, essentially. But before they went to sleep, before they all settled to sleep, they were all in the yard, letting the night wind down. And then one of them went out to go get a drink of water from the well. And that's when he saw this figure in the woods. But after he saw the figure in the woods, before he saw the figure in the woods, there was a explosion in the sky and a crash. And out comes this figure. It's about 3 foot, 4 foot tall. It's got long arms, almost touching the ground, and its eyes are huge. And he sees them standing in the woods. He sees one, and he sees two, he sees three, and he runs back to the house and tells the rest of the family about what he sees. From there, they all grab their weapons. They grab a 22, a shotgun, maybe another gun. I don't remember exactly. They grab some weapons. And from that point, the rest of the family sees them all start coming toward the house.
No.
And then what happens is what could potentially be one of the best movie scenes I've ever seen in my life if someone would just do it. But there's a literal attack of, and I'm talking with my hands, sorry.
See, I'm on it. I'll make the movie. It's okay.
It's too much conflict. But the aliens start to attack the house by climbing all over it. They're jumping through the windows, and there's a gunfight with these aliens. They shoot them.
That's it.
The one does a backflip. Fly, and whenever they're shot, they fly back into the woods. They glide back into the woods. One shoots through a window, through the beam, into an alien off the roof. They're fighting off these aliens for, it feels like hours, until they run to their car and they drive to the police station. And they get to the police station, they tell them what happened, and they go, "Sure, Jan." And they follow them back to their house. They find nothing except for the gun wreckage, the debris that's left over from shooting. However, there's one officer that sees in the woods there is a slight glowing green. He does not investigate.
What does he do? He's like, that's normal.
He goes, that's really weird. That's real weird. And he heads back to his car. And he says, writes crazy in the books. And that's not all. After the cops leave, they decide to spend the rest of the night and sleep in the house. That same night, there's another gunfight with more aliens that start attacking.
They came back.
They came back for another hour.
They're like, oh, now that the police are gone.
Yeah. I mean, if I crash in the middle of nowhere, I'm not going down without a fight.
And that is the story of the Kentucky Hobgoblins.
Oh my God. In my head, you know what? If this were a movie, it'd be like a mix of Mars Attacks or the video game Destroy All Humans.
Destroy All Humans.
Yeah, it could be. This could be a fantastic movie if someone just do it.
I think it would be funny if it was like over the top, like purposefully over the top.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
but
I feel like you can't make these like it's in my head. It's scary. Like if it was actually happening to me, but like if someone tried to make a movie of it and try to make it super serious, I think it would look a little silly.
And
So, like,
Sable is based off the design of what is rumored to be the Kentucky Hobgoblins.
Yeah. That's how I learned about that was from like the Bulbapedia trivia section.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It talks
I
about
think that'd be
it.
on there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, it's flat out based on that story.
Yeah.
It's not
And
speculation. It's true.
It's a wild story. It's just. So that was what Sable was like. Doesn't Sable also have Mega?
Yeah.
Yes,
he does.
its jewel just gets bigger.
Yeah, he has like
That's
a
all he has?
jewel shield,
Yeah,
so
he's the true grower.
it's big.
What is his Mega about?
To be honest, I don't like the Pokemon, so I've never really used it.
You don't
Okay.
like the Pokemon.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't know too much about it because if it ever comes across my
It's a
path,
ghost in what, Alex?
Ghost and Dark.
Ghost in Dark. Because I learned a little about this when I was like reading about it. It's like it used to have no weakness except for, but now it's got fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that it?
Ghost and Dark used to be like a really strong combination.
yeah. So currently, it is only weak to fairy. Yep. It
Yeah,
has,
I know. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it has 3 that it completely resists, and poison it half resists. So
Wow, it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually called the Darkness Pokemon.
Yeah, I also know that's only was a ghost Pokemon in the same egg group as like a humanoid, like humanoid egg group.
It's
Which
the
I thought
humanoid.
was interesting.
Yep, it's the humanoid
Yeah.
A group.
What else is in that? Hitmonchan.
Yeah.
I would hope so, but you'd be surprised some of these groups. They don't make sense all the time.
Whale Lord.
Whale Lord and Skitty.
That's a love connection waiting to happen.
Yeah.
All right, so the next alien I have for us is these are the 2 I don't know how to say.
Okay.
Elgium and Behemoth.
Behem.
Yes, that's it.
Hey!
Elgium and Behem.
It's like
No.
LGM, like Little Green Men and Bug-Eyed Monster. BEM.
Yes. Okay. So that's
Did you
Little
not
Green
know
Men
that?
comes from.
I was gonna say, did you make that up or is that real?
No, real LGM, like
Oh.
LGM, like the letters Little Green Men and
Mhm.
BEM Bug-Eyed Monster.
Never known that.
Surprise! I know the stupid facts.
What's it
So
stand for?
I
I don't
wanna-
know, but what does it stand for? I do know.
Gotcha.
Basically, I wanted to talk about the theory of future humans with them.
Future humans.
Future humans, yeah.
Okay.
Have you guys ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
I think there's a Futurama episode about it.
So they look strange to me. The Little Green Men and the Behem,
Mhm.
they look strange. And they remind me of this theory because of their behavior. They're kind of like put offish, right?
Mhm.
Offish, yeah. Because there's a theory that we're observed by future humans, and by that I mean humans that literally lived and they evolved differently and came back in time to observe us.
Okay.
So there's not a lot to it. It's just the idea that all aliens are kind of these future humans or even multidimensional beings.
Okay. I'm just in my head. I'm thinking about the ramifications of going back in time. I'm like,
Well, so what you're saying to me is these people have become superior to us, and they've got nothing better to do than watch this podcast. That means all of our viewers are superhuman.
This
Good job, everybody. I'm proud of you.
All right.
Claps in
that
the chat.
was a stretch.
it was yeah, I think you pulled something on that stretch.
It's the hammy. It's always the hammy.
Yeah.
But future humans are they're like the equivalent of like if someone helped the Egyptians, it was the future humans. Okay. They helped us with all the stuff that we've done. But time is a flat circle, so
I feel
it's all circular.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like a paradox where it's like people studied things that like you learn from things in the past, and then because they helped them, kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a very confusing.
And in the same vein as Little Green Men, there is also Clefairy and Clefable, and they're said to come from they evolved with the Moonstone, right? They remind me. Okay, so I know they're pink, but they remind me of Greys.
Really?
Gray aliens.
Aren't Greys tall and gray?
No.
I thought Greys were like really tall and skinny. Well, not tall, but like skinny and like big head.
They are thin. They have big heads. Clefairy, I think, to me, is all head. They're not designed like a typical Gray, but their behavior, because they seem kind of, at least in the anime episode I remember, they seem really one-minded, uniminded, right?
Hive mind-ish.
Hive mind, because there's a theory that Gray aliens they're small aliens that are about 4 foot tall. They're the ones that do a lot of abducting. Betty Barney Hill were possibly Gray aliens. Travis Walton.
Betty and Barney Hill
were the first reported abduction case.
Oh, okay.
I know Betty Parker.
No, I'm not saying thing. And also Travis Walton was potentially abducted by Greys as well. We're going to talk about him more in a second. But Clefairy and Clefable were they're the uniminded, hive-minded, and that reminds me of Greys because Greys are said to be biomechanics or biological machines.
Okay.
They're doing what they're told. They're kind of like, I want to say slave race, but yeah, slave race, if you will.
Yeah.
They were made to do the bidding of the tall, thin whites, which are like another superior, biological alien. But they are tall and they are thin and they are white, very white. Like
the tall whites
like
are tall and white. Hold on.
But the Greys are small and gray.
So it's like Gandalf when he goes from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White.
Yeah, but evil, I think.
Oh, they're bad.
Well, I don't know if aliens are evil. They have different agendas.
They're unaligned. They are here for science and science only.
They have their own purposes.
Yeah.
So the Clefairy and Clefable remind me of the Greys because of that unimind, because they don't really have individual thoughts. They're just kind of focused on getting stones. Or if you want to go dark with it, those stones could be something else.
What could they be?
I don't know. DNA.
DNA.
I don't know.
Could you imagine if Clefairy was actually the mascot like it almost was?
I could see it. That'd be pretty cool.
There's only one mascot for the franchise.
Doc,
Agumon.
Agumon. I would go with Gabumon personally, but
Gabumon's like the moody cousin.
Gabumon? No, that's Matt. Gabumon is the voice of.
And also moody. The next Pokemon I have is Deoxys.
Yeah, that is alien if I've ever seen.
He comes from space. This doesn't necessarily translate 100% with Deoxys, but it reminded me of what I wanted to talk about, which is the Travis Walton case. Are you familiar? Either of you familiar with the Travis Walton case?
Not to my recollection.
He was a logger in Arizona, in the mountains of Arizona. And essentially him and his friends were out logging and they saw this bright light in the field and they went up to it. Travis got the closest and he got blasted by something, was knocked back, and his friends sped away in their truck, and he was essentially picked up from something, and he was taken away for 3 days. In that 3 days, his friends were questioned for murder. They searched the area, and the only reason I think they weren't processed was, charged, was because he eventually came back. He came back 80 miles away in a town called Snowflake.
Snowflake?
Snowflake, Arizona, and where he called his brother-in-law and brother to come pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
And he came back with a story of being. There's a movie called Fire in the Sky. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, the scene where yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's what happened to Travis Walton. That's Travis Walton's tale.
Telling me that maybe have happened.
Yes.
Oh, that.
And
that
if you've not seen the scene, it's probably one of the scariest abduction scenes I've ever seen.
Docs, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you.
You should watch it. Please watch it.
I enjoy sleeping. Sorry.
It is.
They're probably not going to pick you up.
They what do? First
they slabber some stuff into his mouth, kind of like lube. Then they stretch like a skin thing around him.
It's like a dental dam.
It's like all around his head and stuff too. Mm-hmm. And they poke a hole for his eye and a hole for his mouth. And then they, probe.
They put
and then like a thing goes around his eye. And it's a really scary visual.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's bad.
But the coldness, the cruelty of those aliens reminds me of Deoxys. Circling back all the way to Deoxys. Yeah.
Allie is not happy in the chat. She just
she's
a wide-eyed face.
I mean, one of Deoxys' form is almost a circle, so there we go.
Is it?
The big bulky form, right?
Yeah, because there's all the different forms to Deoxys. So we have.
Really? What are the forms, Jay?
We have attack, defense, and speed.
Okay.
So, based on how he changes his form, is how his stats shift around. So, defense Deoxys. If you can see, defense Deoxys is basically like a little.
Oh, I see.
Ball. Yeah.
Now imagine those long arms going inside people.
He's like the other guys. Oh, not modified.
Yeah.
Most people are screaming. Some people are like, "Ooh."
They put a bunch of those tentacle emotes.
Yeah. Tentacle time. Yeah.
I lost the show. I was watching it.
You were watching the clip?
No, I have you pulled up.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought you were watching the movie.
Yeah, just watching some casual Fire in the Sky.
Fine.
I recommend watching it. It's pretty okay.
I haven't seen the whole movie. I just seen that clip.
Watch the clip.
Yeah, it's fairly well known.
So that's my last alien. So let's move on to the last topic. And there are more Pokemon, but these are 3 Pokemon I wanted to point out specifically that are based off yokai or Japanese legends.
Yeah.
We just did this episode mostly to appease Alex.
Thank you.
But I enjoyed doing the episode. So the first Pokemon, what's plural for Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
The first Pokemon.
Pokemans.
I like Pokemans. It would be Vulpix and Ninetales, which are based off Kitsune.
Yeah, I didn't think about
which are fox spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Which are they're mischievous. And some of them are said to be messengers from a specific god. But basically that's all it is. They're tailed foxes based off the Japanese kitsune.
Multiple tail foxes. Yeah, I knew what a kitsune was because it's in like other shows and whatnot, but I never.
Yeah, Naruto.
I never connected. Never really thought about it that Ninetales was one. But
yeah,
you're right.
Oh, you're right. You're right. There's also said to be a kitsune that was recently released.
Released.
Yeah, you know the boulder that broke in Japan?
The what? What? No,
the boulder that in Japan that was said to be holding an evil fox spirit.
Okay.
That's a kitsune. And recently, this boulder, I think it's like a couple thousand years old, cracked in half, and the rope that was like magically binding it, broke as well.
Yeah. Okay, I think I do remember that being a thing. That is.
So there's potentially an evil kitsune on the loose in Japan.
They're evil? I thought they were just mischievous.
Some of them are good. Some of them are mischievous. Some of them are like legit evil, and that one is evil because that one tried to assassinate the emperor.
That one's
all done that once. I mean,
one time in college,
he cut you off at the light. I had it coming.
Yeah.
That's for death?
Just me?
I think just you.
Yeah, that's a little extreme punishment, but
yeah.
Docs.
Is there like a focusing issue? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Docs,
when I put my phone up, it like autofocused in, and now I can't get it to autofocus out.
Oh.
I'm assuming people watching are knowing what's going on, but every once in a while your hands just like.
I know. I'm just seeing like hands, just like yes. Like I would like my palm red.
Yeah. It's fine.
Tell me what I had for dinner. Go ahead.
Spaghetti.
So you mentioned what is it, Ludicolo?
Ludicolo.
What's the pre-evolved form of that called?
Lotad.
Lombre and Lotad.
Yeah.
Lotad. Lotad specifically, I was thinking of because Lotad is based off the Japanese kappa. You knew this, Alex?
Yeah, it's in Ghostwire Tokyo. It was a card in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes, the kappa is, for those of you that don't know, is a creature. It's a water spirit. It's a human turtle like hybrid thing, and the biggest thing about it is it's got a indent on top of its head that acts like a cup. And in water, it's very swift, it's very agile, but out of water, it's very clumsy. And if this cup filled with water ever empties or dries out, the kappa dies.
Right.
Yeah. Kappa actually, they can be friends to humans. There's a ritual where you can give the kappa cucumbers and it like appeases them.
Yeah.
If you give me cucumbers, I'm going to become your worst enemy. I'm just
Bro, cucumbers are good. Yeah, because in Ghostwire Tokyo, like the whole point of them is to give them a cucumber without them seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from the legend? But apparently,
yes,
it is.
Yeah. I don't know why, but they can be friendly to humans. They also have quote 3 anuses. They smell 3 times the amount of gas as a human.
They stinky.
Yeah, I can find where that comes in handy and where that's a hindrance. So Taco Bell comes in handy. Every other time, hindrance.
I was gonna say I don't really need to know what your hindrances or pluses are, honestly.
Look, Taco Bell.
So many anuses.
Taco Bell did me dirty last week. Okay.
Oh, you're mad.
Yeah, I'm being mad. We placed an order, went there, and they're like, "Sorry, this location is closed." And I'm like, "Thanks, bro. You took my order and my money. Cool. Have a great day."
Oh, did it really? That really happen?
Yeah, we went back on the app and canceled the order. But I literally placed the order, left my house, drove all the way to Taco Bell. I bet.
Taco Bell.
It was the Kappa's fault.
Yeah, the Kappa's fault. They're also 3 times stronger than a human. All right. We can move on to the next one. This is my last one.
Okay.
Shift Tree.
Oh no.
And he is based off a Tengu.
Really?
Yeah, it makes sense if you look at the nose.
I thought Tengus had wings.
No. Tengus are basically a person. They look like a person, but they have a bright red face, large nose, and I think extended cheekbones as well.
Oh, interesting.
It's also a no theater mask, a Japanese style theater. A Tengu it's just a really powerful person who is a guardian of the woods.
That makes sense.
Or the woods.
It does.
I
Yes.
had no idea.
I'm glad I could educate on at least something tonight.
Yeah, for sure. No,
I mean, I've known none of this, so.
You're like, is all that true?
Yeah, when people complain about Pokemon designs, they usually come from somewhere.
There's a lot more Pokemon based off yokai, which are cultural spirits.
Sure.
I don't have all of them. I I was like, I'm gonna pull 3.
Wait, you didn't pull every single Pokemon that was based off a cultural relevant creature?
No.
Oh, unprepared. Woo.
We'd be here until 4 in the morning.
I got time.
I go to bed at 10.
This is true. You do.
Anyway, so that's basically what I wanted to bring to the table today for Paranormal meets Pokemon.
That's awesome. I wasn't expecting. I'm like, he's gonna talk about ghost type Pokemon.
That was too easy.
I know. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm glad because we didn't talk about like any of the. Well, say black.
One ghost. Yeah.
One ghost. It's not even really a ghost. It's a goblin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me pose a question.
Oh boy.
Sure.
What's the most Halloween-y Pokemon to you?
Oh, the one that's a pumpkin.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Literally a
Phantom.
pumpkin. Phantom, but only the extra large size.
Oh, Gorgeist. Okay, Gorgeist.
Oh, Gorgeist. Oh, what? Phantom. But no, not as much Phantom. I meant Pumpkaboo and Gorgeist.
Yeah, but only when they're
little-
big. Because they come in sizes, which is
Yeah,
adorable.
4 different sizes.
See, you do know Gen 6. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Woo!
For me, it's actually it's Miss Magius. Because it looks like a witch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bonus. That's actually based off the Blair Witch.
No.
Not the Blair Witch. The Bell Witch
Is it
from
really?
Tennessee. Yeah.
Miss Magius?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Wait.
Interesting.
Is there a bell on her? Hold on, I got because
No,
around her.
DJ, no. It's a specific witch ghost from Tennessee.
Oh, I was. Oh, it's gems that's on her neck. I thought for a second. I'm like, oh, is it a bell that's on Miss
It
Magius?
wouldn't.
But no.
No, she's based off. There's this entity that haunts this family. I think the Bell family. Hence.
The bell.
Again, slow down. Shocker.
But there's this entity that haunted the Bell family. Basically, cursed them until the daughter moved away and the father died.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bonus.
Yeah, that is really interesting. I didn't know that. I actually was texting Gem / Lotus / Feel Good
Feel.
Inc. Whatever
Slash
they go
Chicken
by.
Goblin.
And I don't know. I have a new appreciation for Miss Magius. I was looking at like the ghost type, and I'm like,
That's the most Halloweeny Pokemon to me because it's a witch.
What about you, Alex?
pumpkin.
Oh, Tyler just popped in, by the way.
Oh, hey Tyler, what's up?
My I almost said better half.
Oh, but it's true though.
Yeah.
The other host of Believing the Bizarre is in the chat. Hello, say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Not you.
I was a little sad no one did a Pokemon thing. Rate my Pokemon.
I know. Allie and a mask. Somebody.
I want to rate a Pokemon.
Find your channel points now.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the ones I brought to the table. I hope you guys liked them.
I did.
Thank you for indulging me.
Oh, thanks for being here. I mean, October 13th. It had to happen, right?
Yeah.
It just had to happen. I do have a question for everyone, though. We do have a few minutes. Oh, Warzak came in with a rate my Pokemon.
Awesome.
It's gonna. I swear, if it's Poliwhirl, it's probably gonna be Poliwhirl. Go on, Warzak. What is your Pokemon? Poliwhirl.
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 I like Poliwhirl because you can see the intestines.
So out of 10, what would you rate it?
I'd say
If it's anything less than a 10, Warzak's not gonna be happy. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I'd say 9 because it's not Poliwrath. So
The real question is, how many anuses do those intestines lead to? If you can see them, you should be able to answer this. I'm just throwing that out there.
wait, how many what now?
How
You said you can see.
many anuses?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd imagine only one, but I'm not sure.
It's one spiral. How could it connect to anything else other than just?
Alex, don't question it.
I'm not questioning it. I'm explaining it. I give Poliwhirl a solid 8. I like Poliwhirl.
Poliwhirl's a 9 for me all the time. It's only not a 10 because Pineco exists.
Wait, what did you say about Pineco? I heard
The only reason-
Pineco and I
The only,
tuned
reason,
it out.
the only reason that Poliwhirl's not a 10 is because Pineco is the only 10.
Oh my god,
Oh.
it's the only 10.
Pineco's. Oh, I wanted to tell you this a long time, DJ. Pineco's stupid.
Oh. Whoa.
Pineco's dumb.
Dang.
Pineco's the best Pokemon out there.
Someone did. Oh, it was Mew.
Ew.
You did this recently, didn't you, Alex? You said 10. Or not 10, you said like 8.
We did Mew recently?
I thought you did.
Yeah.
Probably. I like Mew a lot. Yeah, 8 sounds about right. 8, 9, depending on my mood.
I really like the
Mewtwo
theory
better.
that Mew is a Ditto.
Oh yeah, 'cause it
Yeah, that's
basically
fine.
knows all the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's the only one that can learn transform and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Mew tastes like bubblegum? I think Ditto tastes like bubblegum.
I mean, it looks like bubblegum, so why not?
I want to know who determined what bubblegum flavor was in the first place.
The person who made bubblegum the first time.
That's what I'm
Wasn't that
saying.
just-
Like,
Wasn't that trees, Alex?
Trees? Well,
Yeah, because gum comes from trees.
I don't know. There's flavoring in there. I don't think that's what a tree tastes like, but
I was gonna say, I'm about to go to my backyard and just start chewing away and see what happens.
you know what? You do that.
Please report back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do a little report next episode. We could talk about grass type. Oh, we already did that. Never mind. We could talk about there's no wood type. Okay.
Tree Pokemon. Our top 10 tree Pokemon.
Wood type.
There are
Are there? Sudowoodo is not a tree.
shift tree.
It's
Is a tree.
Sudowoodo.
Yes, tree and the same. What's it called? The Phantom
Bonsley?
Trevenant.
Yeah, Trevenant. I like
That is
Trevenant
a
too.
straight up Trevenant is like really cool.
That's a tree.
That's a tree.
That's a tree.
It's a true Pokemon Master's tree right there, I'll tell you that.
All right. That's my cat.
Hi, cat.
There's
You don't want to say hello.
I hear her. I don't see her.
Yeah, she went thud. She's
Yeah.
2 pounds.
Real quick, before we wrap up for this episode, I did want to ask you guys if you could be a Pokemon for Halloween, what Pokemon would you be?
Guess first.
Me first?
Yeah, you first. Unless you have to think about
Well,
it.
with my limited knowledge.
Up to Gen 6.
Kicho!
Yeah. Oh, you know what I want to be?
What are we doing?
A Quagsire.
Okay.
It's a good shape, and also I like their behavior.
Okay. I dig it.
Yeah, just vibing.
Ivan, Docs, what about you?
Choke.
Machoke? Oh my god.
Yeah, he wants to be he's like one of those weird people in anime, like dressed up as the Pokemon, also holding the Pokemon. I'm number one Machoke fan.
Yeah.
Tyler said, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Docs.
I was gonna say, in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, when you battled the Machoke Master, they modeled that character after me. So
Tyler said, find an anus cryptid and let's go. I think I would be a Snorlax because I imagine it would be one of those blow up costumes that have the little fan.
Oh,
yeah,
the
that's
T-Rex?
yeah.
Yeah, like my T-Rex one. So I just feel like that is a good Pokemon to do.
You could probably like go get a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man costume and then just like paint the
Ain't it?
just paint the costume and it'll become a Snorlax costume.
You know what's funny? You talked about Stay Puft Marshmallow because that's the first episode of 13 Degrees of Scream.
Did I do that on purpose? No,
I doubt that.
I don't think you know anything about it. Oh, why? I just realized this whole time your title has 2 ends. It says Woodland Docs with 2 ends. That's crazy. I don't know how that happened.
Feeling extra woody today. I don't know.
Has it always been like that? I just realized. Well, anyways, let's wrap it up before I find more mistakes I made. Docs, do you want to tell everyone where they could find us?
You can go on the internet, and then more specifically, you can go to Facebean.
It's not Facebean. It's Podbean, and basically anywhere you find podcasts are basically that. Oh, Warzak did notice the 2 ends. Charlie, do you want to tell everyone where they could find Believing the Bizarre?
Yeah, please. We are Believing the Bizarre. We are on YouTube. We're on. I was gonna say Facebook. I guess we are, but don't go there.
You are on Facebook.
We're on Instagram. We are also. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, on Apple, on Stitcher, on basically any podcast player, any streamer. If you're listening to this via audio, probably there already.
Right.
Where we don't talk about a lot of Pokemon because Tyler doesn't know much about Pokemon. Not to put him on blast, he doesn't.
Sad.
But we do talk about a lot of paranormal stuff, and we rate them on our scale of believability: believable, viable, skeptical, unbelievable. And we have a discussion about where those things rank. So if any of those things I talked about tonight interest you, you know where to find us. Believing the Bizarre.
Do it.
On
Check it out.
Facebeam.
Yes.
We are also on Podbean, yes.
Podbean, yeah. If you're interested in any of those topics, check them out. They do a great job, and they're awesome. And they have a Patreon, and you can get extra content. So check that out as well.
Oh, we have a live show coming up too. At the end of the munch.
Munch.
The munch. Perfect.
See, if I was on my podcast, I'd edit that out.
Okay, well, don't.
No, here it stays.
Well, unfortunately, I can't have you talk about that because I have a charity stream that day. So.
Oh, okay.
No, they're not. They're not.
Oh, if I get to 150 subs, I'm giving away OLED Nintendo Switch.
This isn't about you. What do you?
But we're promoting. I'm giving away a Nintendo Switch.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. Docs.
If I get 150 subs between November 4th and November 18th, I'm giving away a Scarlet and Violet Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. So sub to Docs, I guess, is what he's saying.
Naturally.
Well, then Docs with two N's. I apologize. Okay.
If I call you daddy, does that count?
That actually just automatically wins. So.
Oh, sweet.
Charlie, the recipient of a new OLED Switch. Congratulations on your big win. Okay, I'm gonna actually probably play some Slime Rancher tonight after this, if anyone wants to stick around. If not, thank you for being here, and I will see you all next week with a new Pokemon topic. I don't know what it is, so bye.
Bye.
Bye.